Yo, 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 everybody, what's going on?
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
I'm going. It's going good. How are you?
Doing well.
You doing well?
Yeah.
So I just want to make like a quick little announcement.
Okay.
So we are going to have a banner going along the bottom of the screen.
Is this
And
for
the
the
banner,
Sephora distribution center?
no, this is not for Sephora.
Oh,
However, I think that we probably should do like a campaign or fundraiser for them at this point. They've really helped us along the way. No,
yeah.
this is actually for Burning It Down. Like everybody kind of falls on some hard times. Burning It Down has currently fallen on some hard times. If you guys go over to his profile over on the Tiki Taki, it's under the same name. If you guys have a couple bucks, $5, $10, $20, whatever it is, go ahead and there's the Venmo right there if you guys are able to. And we're going to keep it scrolling on the bottom of the screen. The other thing that we wanted to tell you guys is that the last Thursday of the month, we are doing a like viewer appreciation episode. So we can fit 10 of you guys total, I think, right around there into the box with us. So we want to bring you guys from the comments over onto the actual show. And my goal is to not have really a comment section and we can all just chit chat live together in the boxes. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. If that's something
Cats
you guys,
Meow, you listening?
I think Cats is in it. I think I wrote her
Cats
down.
is in here. She better be in it.
I think I wrote her down the last episode. So if that's something that you guys would be interested in doing, just comment. I'll bring it up again at the end. Just comment I'm in so that I can go back through the comments at the end of the show. And then we're going to do a random drawing. And as many people as we can fit in the box, we'll do the random drawing for. So
And
that's it for announcements.
well, no, I
On
got a
my
little
end.
something. I got a little something.
Why am I nervous about yours?
Because mine are always fun. So
I mean, define.
So we have a creator on TikTok that reached out to us and wanted to make us some merch. And his name is the Fat Rat. If you guys haven't seen,
he's up in here. Hold on.
Well, I saw his comment somewhere.
Yeah, he wants to come in the box for the guest appreciation. But let's go up to here. He is.
Thank you, Luis. Oh, which one did you do?
We'll just do this one.
Okay.
So that's the Fat Rat.
Yeah. So he made this cool is it Tumblr? So it's got our logo on here.
That's
us. And it's got a little straw thingy. So like he shipped these with a whole bunch of straws. Apparently he doesn't like straws because he gave us like permanent straws.
Oh, well,
this
hey,
is
you can never. Ooh, that's like a mermaid straw.
Yeah. I was gonna go rainbow, but we can go mermaid.
Dibs.
So he got us that, but like one of the coolest things I thought was these little mason jar things.
See, I'm like obsessed with that.
I am too, because it's got like a little hole here for the straw.
Yep.
So you can put your little straw there.
Here for it.
The lid twists on and off. And for us, he put our names on it. So like one has mine. Kat, you'll have yours whenever you finally allow me to come over again.
I've just had a lot going on, bro.
But Fat Rat, I do got some bad news. Dana stole mine. So even though it says Tex, it's really Dana's.
Is she using it?
Yeah, every day. Even though she has one that says Dana, but she leaves it at work.
I'm going to change the banner just with a little bit more information on it.
So if y'all want, make sure you guys go follow the Fat Rat on all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. He's good people. So yeah, he made these for us. I thought they were cool. I wanted to show them off. If you guys want to reach out to him and see if you guys want to buy them, or maybe see if he can create one for you, because I just sent him a PDF thing and he created these.
No, I love that. I do. It's just really weird to see us on a Tumblr. It's just odd.
It
like
is weird.
the T-shirt, I was like, oh, that's too much.
Well, the T-shirt's for me because it's an extra large, and I don't think you're an extra large.
No, last time I checked, I'm actually I'm a triple XL.
Yeah. So if you guys want these, or you want him to do some custom merch for you guys, for anything, it sounds like he can pretty much work with anything. But we'll have him on at the end of the month, it looks like, too, so he can kind of explain his business. But good quality work. And these mason jars, I was a little kind of, when he first told me about them, I was like, but then like I got them in here, and I'm more impressed with these.
I like the mason jars a lot. I like both of them, but I like the mason jar look. And you get, like, I just feel like you have more in there.
It's something you don't see very much. Yeah, here's his logo so you guys can see it.
It's very cool. Very cool stuff, guys. So make sure that you guys are checking out the Fat Rat.
Yeah.
The Fat Rat.
So today you spent the day calling Sephora distribution center in Utah.
No, I only called them once.
Well, I mean, you were on hold for quite a while.
Yeah. There was a lot of hold music in my life today, but like it was worth it. I guess. Like I like, all bullshit aside, like with the drama aspect of it removed, I just think that this was like a good opportunity for people to see, like, just do it yourself. It's really simple, especially when someone shows you everything. Like,
well,
just,
and like here's
double check information, because that's when we get
the biggest
in a situation.
The biggest eye opener for me on this particular situation is that somebody that does all this research, follow the money, and teaches people how to like follow the trail and all this stuff, doesn't know our basic justice system, and called the appellate court.
I for a minute thought that I was going crazy, where I was like, wait, like what? But like, I mean, it is what it is. I also don't want this to turn into like the whole episode is about.
No, like, we're not going to, but like,
because like that's something that she's done, right? But what I will say is that, like, for anybody to say that like we weren't being poked for the last like X amount, like,
oh my gosh,
there was a 4-hour live a couple months ago, like, with everybody that hates us. There was a 3-hour Twitch where
she's been in comments this whole time.
It's been like a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the only reason that I thought that it was important, I guess, or worth responding, was just because I know some of these girls personally that felt comfortable enough to come out and tell their story and on what happened. And then it also gave them the courage to, like, we kind of watched it all transpire online. Like, we watched these girls find their voice and find their courage, and then and press charges. Ultimately, it wasn't just to make a video and an allegation. It was for justice for what happened. So when you start saying things like the whole thing is fake and it's just for views, like, you got to watch when you say something, like, even if it's what you think, like, watch what you say, because these people, like, these girls are seeing this, and these are alleged victims, that there is charges. I mean, they're right there. There is current warrants. Do I see the warrant sticking? No. I think that he's going to be able to finagle his way out of that. It was a simple fingerprint hearing. It wasn't like it was a trial hearing. But hi, sweets. No, you're my banner. I love you. But it was important for them, because, like, I could only imagine how that would feel, to be like scrolling through Instagram and see it because it's click worthy, and they're kind of like, well, what the hell?
Well, but
I just told my story, and like, I'm pressing charges and I'm still getting this,
But this is my problem in general with Q people, because we're seeing it on the other side too.
Like, I want to be careful when we do that too, because it's this extreme, because we have friends that are Q people. Like, I still follow, I read some of it. Like, I'm not avid on the Q stuff anymore, But like there are creators that do avidly follow Q that are not judgmental of other people, that open, like just want open dialogue, and they're really receptive to disagreement and discourse back and forth. We do have those creators. I mean, we have creators like Bannon Shannon and Zebra Life, and like there are creators and they're open to the outside conversation without making it aggressive and just having like a really cool conversation.
Well, in my view, like the people that I'm talking about is Batty, and then freaking crazy woman that's and witch for Trump, and you know, here's the thing, and this is why I can't ever get on board with any type of like full blown conspiracy theories, is because when you go down those kind of rabbit holes, everything becomes a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Batty saying that this whole thing is made up for freaking views and whatnot. Then a homegirl over here with the we want the names. Now she like took a whole nother turn with it because conspiracy realists had come out and said that like they're a full blown organization now.
Yeah.
So you can donate and volunteer and everything else. Like, so then she got attacked for that, and it's like, oh well, it's like, you know.
So she does it the right way, the legal way, the way that you're
have like good intentions, and like the conspiracy people can tend to ruin it because then they're like, well, wait a minute. I mean, Batty of all people knows because she's attended rallies with us and she's helped put on a rally with us. And not a damn thing was ever fishy about it when she was doing it with us. But then now all of a sudden we want the names, which is what I thought like Q like was wanting.
But I think that what can happen, and I've been guilty of it, you know, is that when you start, like you said, when you start going down like these rabbit holes, if that's what you want to call them, I mean, whatever you call them, you start reading all this, it's very easy to get sucked in. It's very compelling, and there is a lot of truth to it, like that. But that's a lot of times how those things work, is a little bit of truth with a whole lot of bullshit, a little bit of truth, whole lot of bullshit, because it keeps you hanging on, because there is truths, you know, that are in it. But like in the beginning of the pandemic, when like after I'd stopped working because I wasn't doing anything, I mean, we were like just sitting in our houses all day long. I remember like when a lot of it like not started, because it's been going on for a long time, but when it got really like popular during the pandemic. And if you go all the way down and you don't have a lot of other things that are pulling you back into reality from time to time, everything becomes that. And then you be like, it's a miserable existence. You're paranoid all the time. You're afraid all the time. And everyone's like you after a while. And it's chasing the white rabbit, and you're constantly chasing it. It's almost like a drug, to where you're constantly chasing it to find a little bit of,
right. And that's why I do respect Bannon Shannon. I honestly used to respect Batty. And then obviously yourself and Ship, that are, I guess, kind of cute people, but you guys aren't as radical, I guess. And so that's why, like, even Bannon Shannon, she stitched my video and she was polite about it and respectable about it, and you know, no harm, no foul. I appreciated what she had to say, and I get like what she had to say as far as not everybody's this way. And the funny thing is like the question everything people, you can't question them questioning.
And that's the part that I don't understand. Like that's the part that I've never understood, because I mean, that's conspiracy theory, is to question every single thing, to go and take it and do your own with it. Do it yourself instead of just watching somebody else do it. Or with the drops, you know, you're listening to somebody else's interpretation of what it is. Like, read it. You read it, and then you take what you can from it and go and do the research that you can and formulate your own independent thought process. I mean, it's hard for the Gophers and the Moles and the Badgers, because it's always going to turn into 13 other theories. But I think that like a common misconception when we talk out about it, you know, like I've noticed that when me and you have kind of like pushed the narrative of it, it's like they think that we don't think that any of it's true, which is just ridiculous. Like for someone to think that because we might speak out against Q from time to time, that we don't think that human trafficking is like a big issue, you're crazy.
Right.
Like if you don't think that we don't know that like celebrities are doing things with kids, that all of that's real. But when it becomes everything to you, you become so distracted. It's a distraction in itself. When you follow it like a religion, and
Yeah.
and then when you get ahead about it, where you think that you are ultimately correct and you are infallibly right, and nobody can question and nobody can do this. I mean, people are making fun of like me comparing it to a cult, but that's the definite. I mean, that's what a cult is that you can't question anything that's going on. You're blindly donating money, whether it be to a campaign or to this without knowing where it's going. If anybody goes against the narrative, you have to destroy that person's image and everything about them completely. I mean, these are all things that we've seen.
Which is what they're doing to Conspiracy Realist. And I mean,
they're
I know
literally trying to destroy her name and her entire thing that she's built.
Yeah, they're defaming her.
When hers is human trafficking.
Which would be, you would think this would be something that we can, like, both parties can get on board with. Like, okay, when they start talking about like protest in DC, like, have you ever been to DC?
I myself personally, no. But what I will say, like, I agree with you.
And there's a protest every fucking day there.
Yes.
You cannot not go there. I mean, that's the capital protest because of what is done in DC and only done. It's all government in DC.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where everybody goes to protest.
She even explained, I believe, in one of her videos where she had said like why she picked the same day. There was media attention around it. Oh, so you just want the Yes, of course you want the media attention for your movement. Of course you want people to see what you're doing if it's a movement. If you're trying to gather people, you want media on it. And to think that like everybody at a pro-choice rally is crying in the middle of the street, insane, like
you know that like there's two people that are pro-choice. I know this.
Yes. Yes.
So, like, it's not just your left that is marching in this, because you have conservatives that are pro-choice.
Right. You do.
It's not as partisan issue as what most people think. And it's like, I mean, when we really boil down a lot of major issues, they're not as partisan as what we think. But
no,
I think that, like, I thought the deal was smart personally. Like, okay, cool, there's other protests there. What if you can change one person's mind? What if you get one? Just one. Isn't that worth it?
Yep. I thought that was like
because guess what? That one person is going to go talk to another person or multiple people in their community back home, because they're probably not from DC if they're protesting there. So they can go back home and maybe they talk to one or two people, and then those one or two people, and then now it starts this big branch of more people joining. We want the names, like,
right?
And it almost
your service is really sketch, Tux.
Huh?
Your service is kind of sketch.
Mine?
It was for a second there, and of course, as soon as I say something, it kind of stops. Never mind. Continue.
And so I think that, like, and maybe this is just kind of going with my own theory of things when it comes to politics, is that we see it on TikTok because of what TikTok is, but I don't think we're in reality, and maybe we are, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe we just feel like there's just no swaying anybody anymore, because we don't see it on TikTok. We don't see, the only time we see anything swaying away is like, oh, liberals do this, so therefore I would no longer identify as a liberal, or oh, conservatives do this, so therefore I no longer consider myself a conservative. Those are the only times that I ever see anybody sway, but it's never been because a liberal had an excellent argument and swayed me to become a liberal or sway me away from those. You don't hear those.
No.
And so I think that maybe we just feel like the whole thing, like everything is just so hardlined that you're never going to change anybody's mind. And that's why they feel that maybe. I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe it's not about changing people's minds, though. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's just about finding middle ground. Like, instead of going into it with like the ambition or the goal of changing somebody's mind, I think a better way to go into these situations and a better way to go into anything is to meet in the middle and like try to find some common ground and then because like me and you have said this over and over and over again. We've sat down with these far right creators and had conversations with them, and we all ultimately want the same things.
Sure.
We just don't agree on how to get there. You know, there's always going to be like things that we don't agree on. If
Speaking
everybody
of far left creators, do you think Zach Bonifilio, do you think,
speaking of what, far left creators,
yeah, do you think Zach Bonifilio got butthurt that Savannah got verified on TikTok?
I'm sure that there was like a laughing about it, and then we're gonna go into like how she got it and all the conspiracies on how she got it, and then we'll do this and this, when really all it is at the end of the day is like a jealousy thing. It's just nobody wants to admit that,
because he took all the credit for getting her taken off of Twitter.
When that, yeah, like his one report didn't do it, bro. Like there was a whole situation going on that you just hopped on.
Well, I can show all my reports. Like I've gotten like 6 of his accounts removed in the last day.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I said I'll gladly show these reports. Like, yeah.
If you're doing something, own it. I mean, but I mean, I think it's. I mean, I'm happy for her. Good for you. Like that. That's what you wanted. That's what she was going for, and she met her goal. I may not agree with what she says or how she goes about things, but from the conversation, I mean, me and her have not talked that much. I'd still love to get her on. And we're still working on, you know, trying to fit her in. There was a conflict of scheduling issue.
Yeah.
But like, as someone who's on the app too, like, congratulations. You know what I mean? You got your voice out there. You're doing what you want to do. You're saying the things that you want to say. And that's awesome that you're verified. Now, do I have questions on why, like, it's very difficult for me to find a verified conservative creator? That's a little weird to me.
Can you find a conservative creator over 1 million followers?
I don't think so.
It's not a news organization. I don't even think like Daily Wire has 1 million followers on TikTok.
Right. I mean, you have to look at that though too. Like even these accounts that should be verified off the rip aren't, because.
Well, they're verified, but I don't think they have 1 million followers.
I believe that there was some crying involved. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, like for me and me personally, and I don't like Ant tried to explain the blue check mark thing to me and why it's so important. I personally don't get it. Like, okay, you got a blue check mark. For me, I don't care. I don't ever care to get one. I highly doubt I'll ever get one. I'm not achieving to get one. I just don't see the point in it.
No, I don't see what it does. But at the same time, like, cool. If it's something that you want to do, cool. Oh yeah. Like I'm happy for you. Like I would love to see Ant get verified at some point. I really would.
He doesn't keep an account. He can't keep an account either. That's the problem with us on the conservative side.
It's weird.
It's very weird. Because like some of the things that like I've tried to like change up my content a little bit as far as like not being as abrasive, because now this abusive behavior gets me every time.
You are quite abusive.
And I lose every damn appeal. So I've tried, but they still give me for abusive behavior every time too.
Yeah.
Like I've seen like.
I think it's easier for them to censor you for sure, Ames, and say what they want you to say in order to keep that check mark. Now, I'm a dum-dum. There was a verified conservative creator. Her name was Sierra Mist, and John Dawson was too, right?
John Dawson is verified, but he didn't start with TikTok as conservative.
Right.
So he was already verified prior to, because TikTok went to Instagram and asked him to come to TikTok, and in return.
That's right. But then there was a creator, Sierra Mist. Now she wasn't outwardly concerned, like that wasn't her content. She would say that she was, but she didn't, you know what I mean? Like she wasn't
verified. I don't remember him ever being verified.
I don't think he was. But she wound up losing it, because I do believe because of getting political. That they took her blue check mark or something along that lines. It was a long time ago. I don't remember completely accurately, so don't take my word.
How many followers did she have?
Over 1 million. But like I said, she didn't do political content. She did other content, but then would like randomly, like there would be
I can name,
would be obvious.
I can name like 5 or 6 liberal content creators, well over 1 million, a couple of them verified, but I can't find a single one because anytime they get close, I mean, Ant was about as close as it got, I think, to 900K.
Yeah, he was getting up there to like that 1 mil mark. He was,
and then they banned him.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like
they which we'll get to catch up with Ant this month too on the 22nd. The prodigal son returns on the 22nd to tell us about his adventures. He's coming to check in with mom and dad.
Yeah, he's in Mississippi now, isn't he? I think I've been following him on Instagram and whatnot.
I think he's on his way back though, right? Okay. I'm pretty sure he's either on his way back home or he is back home.
Yeah, he went up to Jackson, Mississippi to deliver water and whatnot.
Dude, Ship was verified over there.
I was verified on Clapper. They took it away because of my inactivity.
Did they really?
Yeah, they took it away because I wasn't active on it. But yeah, I was verified on Clapper. I mean, they reached out. That was the same thing that they did to like John Dawson. They reached out to me and they said, "Hey, we want to get you verified on Clapper to get you over." And I was like, "Okay." And so I came over with no followers but verified.
And then Clapper was just
guess what? I had no perks from it either. And that's when I was like, okay, this blue check mark thing is dumb.
I mean, to me personally, it just seems more like a bragging rights thing. Like I'm verified. I don't. It's like a gold star at the end of
I'm not for gold stars. So,
but some people, that's like their love language.
Hey,
man. Like,
I get it.
That's what motivates them to do better. And if that's your love language, then go get your love language, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not my bag. But...
So, can you give us an update on Allie?
Again, so she had a really bad reaction to the gabapentin that they had put her on. I'm not saying anything bad about gabapentin. I know plenty of people who are on it, and it like literally saved their lives, and they couldn't get through the day without it. But unfortunately, with gabapentin, it kind of seems like it's either really good or really bad. Like there's no in between. So Elise, unfortunately, went into psychosis from the gabapentin, and she was in full-blown psychosis.
Is it a common side effect?
It does happen with it. Hey, Cowboy. So she banned again on both accounts on TikTok. Get it. But it can happen, and it happens more in pediatrics than in adults. I have a psychiatric reaction to it, not quite like hers. Hers was pure psychosis. Like it was pure anger, and it wasn't my kid. It lasted about 3 hours, and then she was able to fall asleep. So then we decided to leave her unmedicated for 48 hours, and we're past that mark now because the stupid pre-approval is on hold for the new medication. So we're waiting on that. But I did talk to her doctor today, and she is going to be getting evaluated for nerve blocks instead of medication. So I need to do some more research on nerve blocks and how they work, and you know what I mean, like side effects and things like that. But if it's something that's safer than pharmaceutical medication every single day, then obviously I'm going to go with the nerve blocks over the medication. So, but it's a mess, man. It's a mess, and it's a journey. And when you're trying to figure, and we do things kind of in the middle between, hey girl, hey, we try to do things in between like pharmaceutical and holistic. I try to like meet in the middle. So I'm pushing for her. Everybody likes my screen name tonight. I'm pushing for her to start physical therapy as well, because I think it'll help. I'm not seeing a lot of side effects from the nerve blocks either, Ames. So we'll see. But she's in good spirits, and I think she's getting ready to come out of the flare naturally without meds. Today she only had like 2 episodes. So she's out of school for the rest of the week. If we can keep her, symptom free through the weekend, even without the medication, we'll let her go back to school on Monday. Otherwise, she'll be home with me while she's adjusting. But the school's being cool. The school's being really cool about it. So they're like letting her work.
I mean, they don't have a choice, really, right? I mean, okay, well, you don't like it, I'll pull them out. Like,
right. Like, what are you really gonna do about it? Federally employed Texan. Oh my God. I'm changing it right now. Hold on.
oh my gosh. Y'all are
That's
crazy.
Go ahead and talk, text. I can't talk while I text.
Do what?
I can't talk while I text.
Text or text?
Hold on. No, I got.
Well, you just told me to start talking. Now you're telling me to hold on. Which one is it?
I have a funnier one that'll fit better. Oh, not Fred. Hold on. It's not funny now. It's not Fred. So instead of FedEx.
See, she said
FedEx.
she's talking text at the same time, and then she's talking and texting at the same time. Imagine that.
So instead of FedEx, it's FedTex.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a dad joke.
What
else do you want to talk about?
How is I mean, obviously you haven't been able to concentrate on it much because as a mother and a parent, the first thing you do is take care of your kids. So how's your health been?
I don't know. I'm just
honestly, half this week you look dead.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you've had the death look on your face.
I got some good sleep last night but I started physical therapy this week.
Are you still sore?
I love it. It's so great. Dude, I want to die. Still.
I was like, that's not what you were saying.
I had to have Cody. Cody's going to help me like get off the toilet. Like I can't. And it was like, it was a appointment, but at the same time, it was like horribly depressing. So they do this thing where like they test like your muscle tone and all that stuff. I don't have any. Like I don't have any. And then she's doing like my legs and she's like, well, your glutes are good. And I'm like, that ass though. That's my only muscle that works. That's it.
That's
everything else
would be too.
Dude, everything else, she was just like, oh my gosh. And then they do this really cool thing that they call like release. So like when you go to physical, like first you are with like a physical therapist and they do like release things. And I was like, this is not going to do anything. Like all she's doing is pushing on a spot that like hurts. Dude, like, no, they like push in there and they make the muscle like stop contracting and it feels so weird. So she did all that and she's like, your pelvis is like this. And then she made me walk and I walked back and she's like, why do you walk like that? And I'm like, bitch, is the way I walk. But she's like,
why are you making fun of my walk, you bully?
Right. Like she bullied me. But she's like, you walk really, really guarded.
You should dox her.
I'm not gonna dox her
for bullying you.
No, she was.
Hey, you're a protected class now. You can't bully protected class.
I'm not a She was really cool though. I did like her. But she was just talking about because like I walk really guarded, and I'm like, well, I mean, a lot of bad things happen to me when I do the whole walking thing. Me and Gravity aren't, the best of friends. But essentially, she just said I got like a whole bunch of stuff that's in like full spasm all the time. Like it's really, really tight. She can't get it to let go because of the dramatic weight loss. Like I lost a bunch of muscle too. So now other muscles are trying to overcompensate for like muscles that ain't doing shit for shit just to like hold me up. Like just to make me do this. Like they're all going nuts, which is a little depressing. Like when they break it down.
I mean, it's an exaggerated eating disorder.
I mean, I should really knock it off. Just
speaking of which, the queen dying.
Eating disorders. The queen.
Does this mean that the queen is not a lizard person?
The queen did not have any eating. Like what? Dude, look.
Chip's been trying to explain this whole Q, like the Q, and
there was like a weird.
I'm not like getting it.
I'm gonna have to dig it back out again, okay? Because I'm a little rusty. Here's
what she sent me. Maybe it'll refresh your.
did she send you something about like what the palace put out about the queen that was later deleted?
No, I didn't see that.
So allegedly, okay, and there's pictures and you can find it online, whatever. But of course, you have to say allegedly because, like, I didn't see it on the official Queen's site. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But apparently, there was like a huge statement that was made about like the Queen like changing form in front of the people and how that might have been alarming to some people, and that the intention wasn't to like disclose this information, but moving forward, they hope that they could work together regardless of like basically insinuating that allegedly she like turned into something in front of the people. But yeah, like there are theories that she's a lizard person.
Okay, so here's what Ship sent on Q part of it. She was announced dead today at exactly 17 months after Charles.
Okay.
1,776 days after the first Q drop.
Okay.
And if you add the date of today, you get 17.
I mean, that's something though, right? Like, what do you say to that?
17 letters, Q.
Like, I mean, but what do you say? I mean, what do you say to it? Because you also have to go right with, all right, so are you more upset at the Q theory or are you more upset at Q people?
No. I'm like, so for me, it's like,
because to me, you're more upset with Q people. Definitely, like a special class of Q people. You're just like, and because of that, like, kind of ruins it.
Like that stuff, I legitimately can't get on board with this stuff. Like,
but you also have to ask yourself how many times, like, how can all that happen, right, mathematically, and be a coincidence? Like, that's a little bit more than a coincidence.
The other side of me goes, does Q have that much power that he orchestrated this all to just happen?
Okay, so then you also have to ask yourself, what the hell is Q then? Right? Like, because you keep saying
Q's
like
supposed to be the people, apparently.
But nobody knows who's actually running that. Like, who is the person, right?
That's my point.
Who is writing these and putting them into the universe? Who is that?
Even if it's multiple people, you mean to tell me that whoever it is, what if it's 1 person, 10 people, 100 people, that all coordinated and said the Queen needs to die, this, and this to get to 17.
Right, but
I just logically, like, I don't see it happening.
What if it already happened?
See, that would be lost to me now too. I can't get on board with the already happened.
Like, I mean, it depends on how weird of a conversation you want to have. Like, how open a time travel are you? Like, have you ever considered it to be a thing or not a thing? Like, if it's something
time travel, like,
right, if it's something
cartoons and shit, yeah, but like in real life, I'm not on board with that.
You're not all the way on board on it, right? But like, if you read more on it, you might be just a little bit more open minded to it, which could lead you to believe that, like, because there's a really cool theory. And I'm not saying like any of these are true. Okay. I'm not saying that any of them are true. They are for entertainment purposes only. Take what you take from them and then make your own decisions. Okay. But like, well, I know that you weren't, but that's what it reminded me of too, though. But like, there's a really neat theory about Donald Trump and Barron Trump. And there was a book that was written very long on like, what is the coincidence of like, that's a weird coincidence. That's a really weird coincidence. And I think that when the world or the universe or source or God shows us things like this, like there's a reason that like it's unsettling coincidences, because we're probably supposed to pay attention to that. We don't know why. That's also why like I don't necessarily like the drops, because it's one person's words and then it's 100 people's interpretation of the words, and then 17 other things break off from that and 26 other things break off from that.
No, you got to stay with 17. You can't go with anything.
I don't know. Yeah. But like, don't you think there's a reason why things seem to be like such a crazy coincidence? Like, you're supposed to pay attention to that, regardless of what the reason is. You need to pay attention to it because it's weird. if it's weird, if it's like that's fucking weird, you should probably pay attention to it and just watch
But it's
it.
like that happens in the form of threes, right? So like, I mean, maybe
Well, there's also a weird theory with the number 23. Like there's an actual like phobia behind it. They wound up writing a movie. They did a movie about it with Jim Carrey.
23. What? I've never heard this one.
Yeah, like there was a movie with Jim Carrey in it. It's called The Number 23, and it's.
I don't know. Michael Jordan turned out pretty fucking good, if you ask me, and he's number 23. The GOAT. So like, so much
But
for that.
Kind of like how you can find a number that you're looking for no matter what. Like you can always find it's like 6 degrees of separation. You know, you can always find something.
See, did you hear it's like 4 now?
Did I hear it's like a what?
It's 4 degrees of separation now.
Why is it 4?
Because of social media.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's gone down because of social media.
That's crazy. 4? It was crazy enough at 6.
I mean, you can see it on Facebook. If you go to somebody that you don't know, like when they share, you see all your mutuals.
Yeah, that's true.
Now you're starting to see it on TikTok who people are mutuals with. It's like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's really weird that the Queen had like just met. Yeah, she just met with Prime Minister Tuesday, Ames. And I'm not saying that she was fine. I mean, but like, is this also like a?
And this is true too. This is a very good point right here. If you go looking for something, you'll find what you're looking for. So if you dig in to dig out all these numbers to equal 17, you're gonna find it.
But I think that like there's still a reason why it's weird, regardless of what the reason is, whether it's
kind of like
it's weird.
Do you ever watch sports or sports shows?
I mean, I watch like the only sport that I enjoy watching is baseball, and that's it.
Okay, so we'll take baseball, right? So like ESPN, the sports network, whatever,
mm-hmm.
They always do some stupid weird stat like, oh, he's the first player in Major League Baseball to hit 5 home runs in 2 games. What? Oh, they're hitting 407 and through 17 games. They're on a record pace. There's 162 games in a year. You're talking about 17 games.
Yeah.
They start throwing out like all these stats to start inflating stuff instead of going, he's the home run hitter.
Right.
He's leading the league in home runs.
Oh, I mean, see what you mean.
And so it's like, that's what I feel like what Ames might be saying, or at least that's how I'm taking it, is that like, same with like racism, bigotry, all that stuff. If you want to go find it, you're going to find it.
Yeah.
But if you don't go looking for it, you're probably not going to find it because you don't care about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I do.
That is why you said you were watching a movie. Because we literally ate.
I don't understand that one.
I don't either.
Because we are literally...
Yeah, see, look.
That it's like a movie.
Just number 23, OSU.
Nice. See, there you go.
I mean, Michael Jordan, greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And no bad luck with 23. So what is that movie?
Well, that's kind of like, that's like the theory, I think, essentially, is that none of this is real, that this is all just pretend, like all of it.
Was this that simulation stuff again?
No, it's like, it's just we're watching a movie it's been like pre-written, like you're just watching it play out. But I mean, like, that's life in general, though, isn't it? Like, but it is, like, that's life in general. So no matter what you believe in, like, it's already predetermined, essentially. Like,
yeah, you're going to die. I mean, everybody dies. So, yeah, you're predetermined to die.
Here, and whatever is going to happen to you in your time frame is going to happen to you. And then, like, you die. And
which, don't you find it odd that, like, we are spending a ton of money to live longer and it's causing us to live shorter?
Yeah. See, like, I don't know what the obsession with living forever is. Like, I get the control. I get having like some control issues, you know, like I like to feel like I know that you don't.
No.
You're the opposite of me with that. Like, I'm like,
I can go today and be fine. Like, I don't fear that at all. I want to be gone by 80 for sure, like at the most. 80 is
But
like right. Like, look, my granny's 99. She outlived the Queen, and I'm kind of disappointed in the Queen, honestly.
You're just
I am.
what is wrong with you?
She couldn't live that long. Like, she
I'm
was
wearing
only
black. You're supposed to be wearing black for like 2 weeks.
Okay, so here's another question about the Queen in general. And why are Americans sad about the Queen dying?
I think it's because like we have our idea of like the royal family is very like Disneyed, right? So like we grew up thinking that like the royal family was just like this amazing thing, and like we idolized it a little bit. It's kind of like when people cry over like celebrities. Like we cry over celebrities, and Americans do, yes. I mean, I'm not saying you do. I don't. But like actually I did. I cried over one celebrity that died. I'll fully admit it.
Oh, I did one.
Who was yours?
No, you got to go first.
Should we say it at the same time? John Stamos. No, should we do it at the same time?
That's a TikTok skit. Chris Farley.
What?
Yep.
Chris Farley, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, see, I was a huge, I still am a huge Chris Farley fan. Like, and just like his, what pains me is what America is because of him, and you see it more because his friends let him die because they wanted to hang on to his wealth and his fame.
Yeah.
Instead of holding him accountable and putting him into rehab and whatnot, he should have lived. But yeah, same with Kurt, right? I mean, if he had friends,
he had people that genuinely cared about him, but I mean, at the same time, like
they're watching on Facebook.
Hi, there's still, self accountability. Like,
but when you're in it, you know that. I mean,
but I just feel like, I don't know, bro. Like, if you were just like doing blow every night and like totally killing yourself, like I wouldn't hang out with you anymore. I would just like, I would have to give you an ultimatum at that point. So how do we know that? Right.
Most like, friends, and because when you're up that high, like all the
David Spade really did love him. Like whenever he talks about him, like that dude, like
yes, because he was a good dude. I felt. I mean, so the Queen's
death is a marker of being implementing the quantum financial system. I mean, it does change all of their money over there.
Wait, it does?
Well, there has to be like a pause in money. Yes, like there would be a slight pause in money for them because like they have to change all of their paper money now.
Oh yeah, because it's all her face on there.
Yeah,
what a dumb idea. Who would?
So now it all has to be reprinted.
It has to shut down so we can change our currency over
with Charles on it.
I did tell I am honestly just because this kind of stuff gets me going because I do it. For the inaugurations, I want to see the knighting or the king ceremony.
Oh yeah, I mean, and for anybody to say that they don't want to see that, you're crazy. None of us have ever seen it. Like this woman, this has been 70 years. So right. I've only seen it done like on TV. I've never seen it done in real life. None of us have. So like I'm gonna be watching it.
No, I mean like I've legitimately since high school, since elementary school when I watched Clinton's inauguration. I've watched every single inauguration my whole life since then. Like it's something that I like. It's watching the exchange of power and everything. Is that what it's called? Is the coronation?
I don't really like. I don't think that the Queen's dying, like the impact on America.
The only thing that has like some sort of impact is just politically, right? So like now we have to deal with a different world leader. It's kind of like if Putin were to ever, if that regime would ever change over, we would have to deal with the new guy. So
right, the same as when we change presidents.
Right, you just got to reestablish the relationship and whatnot.
It is tied to the ground.
Well, minus America's, right?
No, ours is as well.
What?
I think I'm like 99% sure that everybody's is.
Because we have our own dollar. Everything's based off the dollar.
I think it's still like in some way, shape, or form, though, can fall back to them. It's from Frozen. It's Coronation Day. That's how Charles is gonna be.
What? It's Coronation Day?
Coronation Day.
It's gonna be me.
Yeah, I've never seen one, and I'm interested because I think like it'll be 9 days from now that the funeral happens, and then because it's 12 days of mourning. And then it'll be like recognized as a national holiday going forward. Like there'll be no school, there'll be no work on that day forever.
Forever?
Yeah. So like now every day on this day is a holiday to them.
Damn.
So everything shuts down for the day to remember the Queen. Thanks. We're like, Anna, you want me to talk to you like this?
No, please don't. Here, I'll just mute you. She's muted. She can't hear. Nobody can hear.
I'm not going to do it.
So, who do we have on next week?
I don't know. AJ, right?
We have AJ's Rant Room on the 15th, which is Tuesday.
So that's the next show.
No, that's Thursday. So we have the 15th.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We have Double N Glenn.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Right?
He's good people.
That's who we have.
I got to meet him and smoke with him cigars. Just so.
I'm gonna do a photo thing tomorrow. I was just waiting for Charles to confirm because Charles, like, I know who's all on this month. I'm just not sure of exact days because we have Double N Glenn this month. We have AJ's Aunt.
Where's Janet?
We have Janet. We have Conservative Aunt. We have All American Amy. Huh?
Who's Conservative Aunt?
It's this guy from TikTok.
Is he a new creator?
I mean, he's like newer. I think he got banned or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm interested. We can all get to know him.
Can you send me his profile so I can follow him? I don't know if I'm following him.
Okay. I can for sure. Then we have our guest appreciation episode, our viewer appreciation episode. I don't know. I'm a hot mess, bro.
That's crazy, JRO, when you think about it. 15 different prime ministers as far as back as Winston Churchill.
They were talking today about like how out of all the U.S. presidents that they thought that she was like closest to Reagan. That like they got along.
I can see that. His like charisma. He was like Obama had very good charisma, but he was also very cocky and arrogant.
Yeah, he does all telescopes. He does telescopes and metaverse. Conservative Aunt. That's the kind
That's
of.
That's why I don't follow him.
Space.
He's probably a Q person too.
Trump really adored her.
Well, Kat, you're gonna have the honors of sending us off with something positive.
Why?
Because I'll do it at the end of the month.
I can't top our last guest. Like, what was that?
that was
incredible.
That was Reverend Jucifer.
That was just like eloquent AF. Like in the beginning of it, I was kind of smirking because I thought he was fucking around.
I thought he was going to say something smart ass too.
Right. And then I was like shooketh. Like I was moved and shit. Something positive.
But don't top it. Just
I know I never could. I'm just trying to think of something positive right now. Nothing.
You can't think of anything positive?
I'm in a funk. I mean, I'm not like in a funk, but I'm just like, I'm trying to like, I can't put into words the thoughts in the head.
Like nothing? It doesn't even have to be political. It could just be anything.
I'm not saying that.
Here, I'll give you a tip of advice.
I can never do this part because I just can't like. I think positively about 90% of things. Okay. So to try to think of something like randomly positive to say. So I guess that's my positive thing to say. Like, stop looking at everything with a negative connotation on it and try to think of why it's happening.
And
there's usually a positive reason that something's happening to you. So invite negative energy because it typically sparks positive energy. Something winds up happening. There's a reason that it's happening to you. So try to write it out and find what you're supposed to find out of it. Does that make sense?
It does.
Am I just rambling now?
You're just rambling now, but I do have a piece of advice. Listen, people.
Okay.
If you are going to look up court records for somebody, don't call Sephora Distribution Center in Utah. With that said, y'all have a wonderful evening.
Oh, wait. I have to look serious. Also, if you are going to speak out about the judicial system, if you could just give yourself a refresher course on how the judicial system actually, in fact, works before you come out with a big chest and then saying that you just owned a bunch of people, because people would just be lost in a wake of confusion everywhere that you go. I like how my husband comes in at the very end to pretend to be supportive.
Oh, but last time I said that name, I got in trouble.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all doxxed all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facebook.
He always comes in on the Facebook, and then I just did it too. So now I can't ever be mad at you, like, ever again.
I know. He needs to change his profile real quick so nobody goes and find out who he is.
Right. It's nothing's on there. Like, what are you gonna find? Oh my God, they're who they say they are. I after Misfit, dude, I just don't care. Getting doxxed is probably like it's your worst nightmare, and then you just get over it. And if we're gonna do political stuff, how long did I really think that we were gonna be able to keep our full names hidden? Like, that's just stupid.
Nobody knows my full name.
Nobody.
Y'all have a good night. We will see y'all Tuesday.